But we do have a deal for Alex Bregman. Good morning. Welcome to Hot Stove for a Thursday. Matt Vasgersian, Harold Reynolds, Keith Costas, Lauren Shahadi.
Well, you called it. You had the jersey yesterday, downtown New York, and you said this is going to be a souvenir soon.
Yeah, thank you.
You're on that.
Thank you for polishing me up, but I was not on the winning entry.
Neither was I. I said he's going to the Cubs.
Yeah.
I mean, I put my source down on it.
Last night it was like 9:15. You pick up your phone. You're sitting on the couch, vegetating, watching streaming editions of Southern Charm. Oh, that was just me. And then you saw this. From Chandler Rome, Alex Bregman's contract with the Red Sox is for 3 years, $120 million. Opt-outs after each season. Predictably, the opt-outs come frequently in these new deals in this landscape. More via social media here. This from Buster Olney. The deferrals on Alex Bregman's deal are significant. The present-day value of his contract is expected to be assessed in the range of $90 million for 3 years.
Instead of the 120?
Present-day value.
Okay.
Mark Feinsand, Bregman had offers of $6 and more than $170 million per source, and that was in Detroit, we understand. But he chose the higher AAV deal with opt-outs from Boston. And finally, Jeff Passan. The expectation is Alex Bregman will play second base for Boston. Sources tell ESPN, even though the Red Sox have top prospect Christian Campbell coming, they saw Bregman having enough of an impact that they offered $40 million a year with deferrals to make that happen. All right, a lot to react to here, Harold. Let's talk about it at face value first. Alex Bregman to the Red Sox. What are the implications, and what do you think of that?
Well, one, it's a fantastic contract. Look, $40 million a year. Congratulations. First, you look at that. It's $120 million. That's a really nice deal. If you look at the Houston deal, what, six years, 156 was kind of the offer that was out there, or
right.
7 years, something like that.
So
he did real well. He did well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not buying the opt-outs. I never do, because where we're at in contracts is age-based. Alex Bregman's going to be a year older every time he tries to do this, and the older you get, that money's going down.
When you say you're not buying him, you mean that he's not going to take
He's not taking them. At 40, he's not getting 40 a year.
Okay.
I think he's staying in Boston. The other thought that I have was he's moving to second base. And I think the Red Sox, with the contract that they have with Devers had the leverage. That is your guy. You know, to sit there.
Did you say Devers had the levers?
Had the leverage.
Oh, okay. I thought you were.
He has the levers, too. But, no, I think he has the leverage in that situation. You have to go to your franchise guy and say, hey, we want to move you to first.
Right.
He said, I'm 26 years old or whatever he is. I'm not moving.
Right.
And so that forces Bregman to go to second base. And Bregman can play second base.
You know, we had this exercise here, putting Bregman into all three of the pursuing lineups, right? The Red Sox, the Tigers, the Cubs. All of those lineups look a lot better with Alex Bregman. But specifically here with the Red Sox, Harold, what they needed was a right-handed bat. And they got the best remaining right-handed bat on the market. Some would say he was the best right-handed bat on the market even at the beginning of the offseason.
Well, plus he fits that ballpark. Pulls the ball. It's not that much different than Houston. The wall's a little bit higher, but, you know, you got the short porch in left field.
Great career numbers for him.
Yeah, he got a lot of those early.
Choked up, it's such a good deal.
He kind of did his breakout when he was facing Sale there in the postseason that one year and hitting all those home runs in Boston. And the Reds.
But even his regular season numbers there, which there's not a ton of them, of games, that is, and at-bats, but good numbers. WAR leader since the start of 2023 at third base. And again, the expectation is he's going to play second now, and he ranks very favorably in that category as well. So the Red Sox make the big splash. I had them third on the depth chart. You thought it was going to be the Cubs. I was kind of deferring to you. I thought the Cubs and Tigers both made a case for needing him more. But it's the Red Sox who, despite not spending a ton of money the past couple years and going in a different direction and assembling this treasure trove of prospects, they make a big splash with this signing.
He fits great for them. He just does. There's no way to look at it. It's a perfect fit for Alex. So, you know, if I match his swing to the ballpark, to the team, and he stays in the American League. You know, that was another thought. You think about, you know, maybe going to play for the Cubs. He's going, all of a sudden, you're going to learn a whole new league and move to a whole different place.
They break into the top 10 in opening day payroll, according to Fangraphs, with the Bregman money added in. Walker Buehler comes in the offseason. Alex Bregman, among some other moves. And Boston, who finished last year at 81-81, is very much looking and feeling like a postseason team. And again, we'll remind folks that we said this the first day of the offseason. I thought the Red Sox held the key to the entire winter.
Yeah,
as it turns out, that wasn't entirely correct because they wait until mid-February to make their biggest move. But they're a much better team today than they were at the end of the season last year.
Yeah, and I think Tristan Casas showed enough to sit there and say he's going to be a good fit for the Red Sox. I like that. I do want to see some video of Bregman, though, playing second base, because the first thought for me was when he was at LSU, all the way back to college. Played shortstop. You know, he played in the middle of the diamond. Here he is at second base. If you don't have Altuve in Houston, this would have been their second baseman. He had to learn third base. You know, he wasn't a guy that came up playing third base. He learned that. So I think he's more even back to more natural position. Now, it's going to be interesting to see, can you keep Trevor Story healthy? You know, because that's a nice combo up the middle.
Yeah.
With Bregman and then you throw Devers at third and Cas. That's a nice infield.
I really wanted to see him on the same side of the same infield with Dansby Swanson.
That would have
top 2 picks in the same draft. Bregman wears number 2 to remind himself that somebody thought somebody else was better.
Ahead of me.
That would have been fun. So Alex Bregman,
I forgot that narrative.
he has landed, and we have officially disbanded the breaking news team at MLB Network. Thank you, everybody. Woo! That's it. You can all go home after the show.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yes.
What about the Astros?
Yes.
I mean, this is kind of outside of Jose Altuve, among the last living links to 2017 and the garbage cans and that run they had, that consecutive run of ALCS appearances. What do they do now, moving on from Bregman? It appears that they were ready to do that before.
Well, Altuve stays at second base because had Bregman come back, you know, they were talking about maybe him play second. You have Paredes that is going to play third. I never bought the whole he can play second base thing. I didn't see him that way, but hey, he had a nice career there.
He had a great run there.
If he ever ends up in Cooperstown, he goes in as an Astro. That's a tremendous run right there.
I just like when guys stay in the same uniform. I get the landscape. He wanted to test free agency. He's going to make a ton of money. He could have made a ton of money and stayed in Houston, too, by the way. But, you know, that's not what we got. Isaac Paredes takes over there in Houston.